And we are back with the fourth quarter here. VillaGrove has the ball, and they are driving down 28-12 in Bement against Cerro Gordo. It is 1st and 10. Henderson in the backfield with Daly. And he fakes the handoff again, and he gains about 2 yards on the keeper by Henderson.
The tackler was Brant Knowles on that play. Good little bring down toward the line. Good tackle.
And Cerro Gordo's defense is trying to make a statement and stand up to VillaGrove's onslaught of an offense, scoring 2 touchdowns early in the 3rd quarter and on a drive here starting the 4th. Henderson now steps back a little bit in more of a shotgun formation, and that'll be a penalty on VillaGrove. That will be an illegal shift. 2 men moving at once in the backfield. So that will march them back instead of forward. And that hurts a little bit. If you're on a drive, you're in Cerro Gordo's territory, you know, first and manageable, and now you're back to 2nd and 15. And that's not the direction you want to go if you're VillaGrove right now. So again,
penalties have really killed both teams today.
I took the words right out of my mouth. Penalties are becoming a big issue here as Henderson set to hand off the ball, keeps it. He's got 1 man to beat, gets up to the middle. Gets dragged down. Excellent keeper. No flags on this play, which is something we don't see very often.
That is very true.
Excellent job by Henderson. Good read once he got into the secondary of Cerro Gordo, juking the safety and cutting back up the middle for a large gain, getting VillaGrove into scoring position.
I think most of the crowd and the defense were tricked on that fake. Henderson could not see that defender coming from behind, and he was tackled there.
And a handoff to Daly. And Daly is the running back right now for VillaGrove, in again for a touchdown.
Daly is certainly the hot hand today.
Daly is the hot hand today. He had some large runs in the first half, but didn't get to the end zone. And in the second half, he takes over again and has 2 scores at least.
Backs up on all option, he can't be tackled.
And
protect him.
There's getting set for the extra point here. And it looks like they will go for 2, which is kind of what we expected, them being down a little bit, missing an extra point and an earlier 2-point conversion attempt.
This extra point is this 2-point conversion is extremely important here. If they don't get this, they're gonna have to get another score to either tie up or win this game.
And so VillaGrove gets set for the 2-point conversion, and they were missing a player, and now they have to hurry to get this off.
Why is Toby coming off? Never mind.
And the ball is snapped, and he pitches it to the outside. Good move up. Oh man, Met in the back. Good job by number 44, Woods, D. Woods, on the tackle, saving the 2-point conversion for Cerro Gordo.
No way to see that coming if you're Hubbard. That's disappointing for the Blue Devils. They're now down by 10. They need a touchdown and a field goal here, but we haven't seen any field goals kicked today, so it looks like 2 scores now.
And VillaGrove's defense really needs a stop here with just under 11 minutes to go. It's 28-18. So VillaGrove is fighting, clawing, scratching, anything they can do to make a dent in this lead. And now it's the defense's turn. Offense has showed they can score the ball, they can get in. Now the defense needs to come up with a turnover or a 4-and-out here for Cerro Gordo. And like we've been saying, their defense has done really well eliminating most of the options for the quarterback. They just haven't been able to keep him from scrambling yet, which has killed them in the second half.
I think if you're the VillaGrove defense, you're playing just like you're down by 30. You're punching at the ball, you're jumping every pass, trying to get any turnover so you can get 1 more score on the board, and then you're in a game here, but you give up a 4 or 5 minute, inside run drive. You can't afford that right now with the deficit of 10 points.
Definitely need a stop or turnover. And there's the kick, and it's going to be out of bounds. And there will be a flag on that one, and it will move Cerro Gordo closer to VillaGrove's side of the field, as anytime a ball is kicked off out of bounds, it is a penalty. So it will be 1st and 10 for Cerro Gordo around the the 38-yard line.
Not really sure what kick that is. It's not exactly an onside kick. It's a little bit long for that. And it's a little bit short for a squib kick, so I'm not sure what the goal was on these past couple kickoffs for the Blue Devils.
I think maybe they're just trying to kick it where the Cerro Gordo players aren't and hoping their speedsters can make it to that ball in time. And Blickensdorfer, hands off to Isbell, and the whistle is blown for about a 5-yard gain. A decent run there by Isbell, Steve Isbell, who has been the backfield workhorse for Cerro Gordo, and he has probably not had a very good game, a game to his standards, but VillaGrove's defense has been very good in this game, holding him to minimal gains for the most part. And Blickensdorfer, number 14 for Cerro Gordo, I formation, rolls the pass. He's got somebody open and he tries to one-hand it, can't hang on to it. Incomplete pass. So it'll be 3rd and about 6, it looks like, for Cerro Gordo. And VillaGrove's coach is letting his defense know that they need to cover all receivers. And this is a big 3rd down right here for both teams. Cerro Gordo needs to get a 1st down to keep their drive going. VillaGrove needs a stop here to put their offense back on the field. They need 2 scores. 10 minutes to go. Under centers Blickensdorf, fakes the handoff, then hands off to Isbell, who's covered in the backfield and gains maybe half a yard. Great job by the VillaGrove defense, standing Isbell up, reading the coverage. Excellent job by VillaGrove. And Cerro Gordo just, it looks like they've lost their energy from the first half. 4th and 5 is what the scoreboard says. I withdraw my 3rd and 6 from last time. It was 4th and 5. And Cerro Gordo is back in pump formation.
It's a great possession for the VillaGrove defense. They got to stop, and it only took about a minute off the clock.
And he comes up and gets it off the hop, looking to make a return. Some blockers, they're going to stand him up. He's going to have to
get down.
And he goes down. I think he was already down. They blew him dead. And VillaGrove's offense will come back on the field, and they are hot right now.
Yes, they are. We've seen a lot of 34 Noah Danner on the defense today. He's gotten a lot of playing time. He is a junior for the Blue Devils. So we'll see what their offense does here. They've got Henderson, who was hot on the last possession. He got a rushing touchdown. They've got wide receiver threats. They've got running back threats if they can use them. They've got Max Daly in the backfield, it looks like. So we'll see if they can really utilize his speed.
And Henderson in the pistol again with wide outs. And the ball is loose, and Cerro Gordo has it. I think Cerro Gordo fell on that ball first, and they do give it to Cerro Gordo on the fumble. So a missed handoff there, something VillaGrove cannot afford right now, as their first offensive play after forcing the 3-and-out is a turnover. And that hurts, and now your defense has to come out and do the same thing again. They have to step up. They have to force a turnover or 3-and-out here to put your offense back on the field and give you a chance. Blickensdorfer is under center, I formation behind him. And a handoff to the big boy. And they're going for his legs as he hurdles one, runs over another. And they finally bring him down. And a good run. He will have a 1st down.
Looks like one of the defenders thought that they were trying to tackle D. Woods there and kind of went high, got absolutely barreled over.
And that hurts a little bit for VillaGrove as you give up a long run, but their defense has been holding so far. Cerro Gordo on the drive here. High formation again. They hand off to the big boy again. He gets to the outside. Good tackle.
That's a great tackle by Hubbard coming in, sliding through to take out the legs of D. Woods.
Great tackle.
The second half score has been 18-7 so far in VillaGrove's favor. See if they can keep increasing that.
And that first half was is the difference right now. The 21-0 score by Cerro Gordo in the first half really hurt VillaGrove. They came out on a bad note, but definitely playing well here in the second half as Blickendorfer hands off to Isbell, who gets to the outside, and I think he was stopped short. But it'll be first and goal, and it will be inside the 5-yard line on the 2. So Cerro Gordo on the doorstep trying to blow the game open, and the clock is now in Cerro Gordo's favor, in my opinion, with under 8 minutes to go. They can take their time a little bit on each possession. And they hand off to the big guy. D. Woods gets into the end zone again on short yardage, and they score. 34-18 with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. So the time clock is dwindling down on VillaGrove in their comeback effort here. Excellent job by Cerro Gordo executing offensively after coming up short their first couple of drives in the second half.
I think you've got to play like you did earlier if you're VillaGrove. Long plays, big runs, going for every turnover you can. They've gotten a few in the second half today.
And kicker comes out a little bit late for the extra point. And the kick was blocked. Oh. And there was a flag on the play. And there are a couple of flags here.
Their kid picked up the flag. That's a foul.
And they will call both penalties on VillaGrove. And we are looking at the flags coming out again, as I thought that ball was tipped, which makes the kicker live. And that's what they call. They call roughing the kicker, and then they called unsportsmanlike conduct on the VillaGrove sidelines.
On the VillaGrove bench, which will be enforced on the kickoff.
And they will mark it off.
Another try,
And it looks like they will go for 2 points now instead of the extra point.
We got 9 right now. We got 9. Hey, Cole, are you on this?
On a side note, you've got to think Blickensdorfer looks great on a Letterman jacket, don't you?
We only got 9. There's 10.
Going for the 2 point here.
A VillaGrove player coming in late, and that will probably draw another flag. But and another penalty on VillaGrove as a player came in late. It'll be offsides on VillaGrove, and they will mark off another penalty, which is basically the width of a dime towards the goal line at this point. And they will try and go for the 2 point conversion again. And Blickensdorfer under center hands it off to Isbell, who spins, and he's in. So 2 point conversion is good. That'll make it 36-18 with 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And VillaGrove's kind of shooting themselves in the foot here with the turnover and some penalties that really hurt their chances of trying to get anything going here. Aside from a quick score, it's going to be really tough to come back and knot this thing up or take a lead.
John, let's go.
What?
Fine.
What,
Put your head up.
what do you think the VillaGrove's going to come out and do? You think it's going to be fast-paced? We know that. I mean, do you throw more? Do you stick with your run that's been working? And running keeps the clock going, Mark. But what do you think would be the best situation here for VillaGrove?
I think you have to throw deep or hand the ball off to Max Daly. He's been running well, but again, that just keeps the clock going. And an incomplete pass at least stops the clock. So we'll see what they come out and do.
Or a return here would be nice. They could get a nice return. It'd be good.
Nice.
But,
I think it's either Daly running or Henderson throwing at this point. That's your only two options to keep the clock stopped and gain some serious yards and hopefully a touchdown at the end of this drive.
And we will get ready for this kickoff here. VillaGrove is deep and a decent kick. It's going to be back in the end zone. You cannot return that in high school football, I believe, when the kick is in the end zone. And VillaGrove will start on their 20.
Your VillaGrove, you got to be wishing you could return that right now.
Possibly, but special teams is always a 50-50. You know, you could make a good return or you could get pinned back farther.
Exactly.
Depending on how well you have the people in front of you blocking and the other special teams. So 1st and 10 for VillaGrove. 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. A good game up to this point. Sweep to the left side. Cuts back is Tyrion Price. And he gains a few yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 as the clock continues to run. And Henderson in the pistol again. And they hand off up the middle to Daly with another great run. Daly has had some great runs up the middle. I think he's averaging probably about 8 yards a carry at least, if not more. He is definitely by far their workhorse tonight.
Still haven't seen the throw from the Blue Devils yet. Wonder if we'll see it here or not. Looks like another handoff.
And handoff again to Daly as they try and stand him up. And he's whistled down at about the 36.
You wonder if we'll see any of quarterback number 5, Tyler Price. Maybe he's that diamond in the rough to throw the ball downfield for the Blue Devils.
So 2nd and 8 as the referees talk to some of the linemen out there to try and keep heads cool as this ball game is very emotional. Lots of adrenaline going. As VillaGrove gets the signal from their sidelines, they have 4 wideouts, a spread offense. 2 to our side, 2 to the far side. Henderson in the pistol. And the sweep, no. Henderson keeps it. Bounces off 1. And then gets tackled. It'll be 3rd and 3 for VillaGrove here. And they're going to try and march this ball down the field. So far using runs only. And Henderson again in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, gets the pitch. Good move by the back out there. And he gets pushed out of bounds. And it looks like he's going to be a yard shy. If he can, no, it's going to be a 1st down. I was trying to read the line judge on this field, and
seems like you can't read any of the officials today, huh, Luke?
it's tough. There's been lots of flags today, lots of penalties, and that's what's expected. And there's going to be an illegal motion there. Two guys moving at the same time in the backfield for VillaGrove. And it will be 1st and 20.
Probably going to have to watch the flags after this game.
1st and 5, excuse me. Yeah, this is by far the most penalized game we've seen so far. And there have been a lot of tough calls and maybe some missed calls, but that's just how it works. And the pass to Noah Palmer catches it and dives forward. He's close to the 1st down. And The spot is, looks like on the 51-yard line, or the 49-yard line, excuse me. Maybe I'm not paying attention very well. I just thought there was a 51-yard line out there. So on Cerro Gordo's 49 is VillaGrove. And a handoff up the middle to Daly again, who is bouncing off of people left and right. Excellent job by Daly again. Great downfield runs, gets the first down. VillaGrove on a drive here, 5.5 to go. They need to get in the end zone for sure.
You see a lot of these runs that are getting the Blue Devils first downs, but they are taking massive chunks off the clock.
And here's a pass, ball tipped and caught by Noah Palmer off the tip. Good job by Noah Palmer staying alert. And VillaGrove is going to get up into the hurry up here.
Looks like it might be a first down for VillaGrove.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for VillaGrove as they move the chains.
Yes. And the backer was creeping back. He would have thrown it in the air.
And VillaGrove getting set to go here. 1st and 10. Henderson in the backfield, man in motion. Handoff to Daly again. And he is gaining huge chunks of yards. I mean, he's just 6 or 7 yards at least on every carry. And he is dragging bigger guys down the field with him on Cerro Gordo's defense. So Henderson in the shotgun, the handoff. He keeps it. Following Terry and Price, gets to the outside. And he gets out of bounds. And from here they could not see the play, but he was pushed out of bounds. Good job to get out of bounds to stop the clock. With 4.5 to go. And Henderson in the pistol. He keeps the ball, goes upfield for minimal gain, and the clock will continue to run. And VillaGrove sticking with the run. They've thrown a couple passes. One was tipped and still caught by Noah Palmer. Excellent hands. Good awareness. And Henderson again in the backfield with Max Daly on his right. 4 wideouts. And they sweep it to the right. And there's going to be a flag call. And it'll be a chop block on VillaGrove. And that will set them back a ways. And good job by the VillaGrove players, sportsmanlike, making sure the Cerro Gordo guys are all right. And this will be quite a setback, I believe. It's 10, 15-yard penalty at least on VillaGrove. And it is 36-18 with 4 minutes to go. Cerro Gordo very much in control and in the lead right now with time winding down. And they now mark off the penalty 15 yards. And VillaGrove will get set to go for a 2nd and very long. As it looks to be 25 yards is what the scoreboard tells us. And VillaGrove has a spread out there. Going to.
Timeout, Chad. They called the timeout. Talk to him about it.
Timeout, Cerro Gordo. And Mark, here as the game's winding down. What have we seen over this? I mean, we've seen lots of penalties. We got the penalties in there, but I mean, 2 good things. We saw VillaGrove play last week. This is the first time and the only time we will probably see Cerro Gordo. I mean, what are some things we've seen from both teams here?
We've seen a lot of good running and a couple good passes from Cerro Gordo. They're a high-scoring team this year, and they've got the Woods brothers on offense and defense. Their quarterback, Blickensdorfer, has done pretty well, and Steve Isbell, their running back, has also done a good job tonight. For the Blue Devils, I think come out of this game, just think about a few things you can do on your defense. Obviously, it's hard to bring down a 225-pound running back with some speed on him.
Very true.
And I think the quarterback, John Henderson, can take home a few things to work on. Chemistry with his receivers is going to be a big thing in practice this week. I think Max Daly can bring home some confidence with him, definitely to work on. And I think the other running backs can improve maybe in that wide receiver position, knowing where that might be where they will be at for a while now.
Yeah, I'd have to pick Max Daly as my player of the game for this one, even though he's going to end up on the losing side more than likely. He's bounced off 3 or 4 tacklers every time he's touched the ball and still gained good chunks of yards against a very stout Cerro Gordo defense.
Being only 6 foot, 171, you wouldn't think he'd bounce off too many tacklers, but his speed and that height is a good thing for him.
Yes. Run out of bounds, run out of bounds, run out of bounds.
Henderson running up the sideline. A very large gain, so it will be second and very short, so he got a good long run out of that one. And VillaGrove seems to be in no hurry, though. Just casually walking back to the line of scrimmage.
Third and short for the Blue Devils.
And the snap and the handoff.
Huge hole right there.
Inside, Miami 1.
And it looks like they might have the first down, but they need to be on the line ready to go as soon as they put this ball down. And again, the spread. Max Daly behind him at running back. Henderson, the QB. Hands off.
Terrible freaking reading.
And Henderson keeps it. Excuse me, there was no handoff. And he is sacked in the backfield.
Or we need to call a play.
Henderson sacked by number 24, D. Wood.
And so they lose about 3 yards on that play. As the clock continues to wind down, under 3 minutes to go. VillaGrove deep in Cerro Gordo's territory, drops back, throws a screen, and he has nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. And Cerro Gordo had that play read from the start. They had 2 men already out there as soon as he caught that ball. And VillaGrove will take a timeout. And I believe next week we will see VillaGrove again, if I remember correctly, in VillaGrove. But they beat Arcola last week at homecoming. Kind of started off slow in the first half tonight here in Bement, and then picked it up early in the second half, but just haven't been able to withstand Cerro Gordo and keep them out for long periods of time. Their defenses look good in good spots. They've had some difficulties on offense a little bit, but they still managed to get the ball in the end zone a few times. Just that first half is really, the way they started the game is really is what brought them down.
Imagine if it was 21-18 after the first half.
Mm-hmm.
You got momentum going for both teams, and then it's just a dogfight to the end. But when you have a slow start like that, give up 2 passing touchdowns right off the bat, it's just hard to come back in a game like that.
3rd and 10 for Henderson as he keeps it to the outside, cuts back.
That kid fell on his own.
And there was a flag in the backfield. And we get some more penalty yardage here. They're going to be marked off.
Holding on the offense.
It's tough to hold somebody when they fall down to the ground. But penalty here, and it'll be 3rd and very long for VillaGrove. And
Hey, he's up close. Sparrow 2.
spread formation. Henderson takes the snap. Throws Palmer out.
Fouls, for God's sake.
And it cuts back into the middle of the field instead of going out of bounds. And the clock will continue to run under 2 minutes. And the clock is still going as they finally blow an official's timeout for an injured player, I thought. And Noah Palmer looks to be the injured player. He was trying to get up and walk on his own. He is now down again. As the VillaGrove training staff comes onto the field. Nice to see training staffs in the game. I believe we had a few guys for our team, but I don't remember before, I think my sophomore year, there weren't too many trainers out there. They're starting to take a lot more interest in players' health and well-being. And VillaGrove is still on the drive here with 1:40 to go. And Cerro Gordo trying to keep them out of the end zone to maintain their 18-point lead.
Looks like Noah Palmer's the injured player, and at 6'2", 201, he's a big wide receiver and a huge part of their offense. So we hope nothing serious has happened to him.
He's made several good catches tonight, one off a tip pass, and we hope he's not too seriously injured. They will need him for the remainder of the season for sure.
He's really only the Blue Devils' true wide receiver out there. Other two guys they've got lining up are mostly running backs playing out at the slot and wideout position.
And it'll be 4th down for VillaGrove, 6 yards to go. And they have the spread formation. Henderson in the pistol with Daly behind him. And they fake the pitch and throws to the end zone. It is caught in the back corner of the end zone. Excellent pass by Henderson. I did not get a good look at the wide receiver in the corner. Great catch on the move. Excellent throw. And they score.
The goddamn miracle. No, it's fine.
And they whittle it down again. 36-24 is now the score with 1:30 to go. And they come out there definitely going for the 2-point conversion. They need as many points as they can possibly get, no matter where they are. And I expect after this you will see an onside kick by VillaGrove in order to try and gain another possession to cut into the lead as they huddle for the first time tonight before a play. And
even if they make this 2-point here, they're still down by 10 with 1:30 to go.
And they have trips to the right side, the far side of the field. Henderson. And the pass is broken up. A defender right there in the area. It just looked like he kind of turned and threw it to a spot instead of making the read. But VillaGrove scores again to make it 36-24 with 1:30 here to go. Down 12 points. That's 2 scores in 1:30, but everybody should be prepared. That onside kick is coming. That's about the only thing left you can expect from this game, other than the penalties.
See if this kick goes out of bounds again for the Blue Devils, or if it actually stays in.
He's had some decent kicks. He's been kicked maybe just a little bit too hard to the side of the field. So as VillaGrove is huddling here, they are coming out, and this will be
Dalton James!
this will be an onside kick.
Fastest kid on the team.
Noah Palmer, stay out there.
And
for God's sakes.
Cerro Gordo is out getting ready. VillaGrove still getting their guys together, and here they go.
We'll see if they go for more of a true topped ball onside kick here, if they go for more of that squib onside kick like we've seen a few times today from them.
I believe the ball must travel at least 10 yards, so it must cross the 50 before VillaGrove can touch it.
They have a new kicker in there for these onside kicks. Their quarterback, John Henderson.
And there's a lot of speed out there for VillaGrove right now.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
And there's the flag. I do believe VillaGrove's guy touched it before the 50-yard line. It was really close.
It was close. It didn't look like he touched it to me. It looks like he barely avoided it and then they fell on it, but you just never know.
Penalty markers on the field.
Call something.
Illegal touch by the kickoff.
And that is what the call is, illegal touching.
Okay.
And Cerro Gordo will take over on downs. It was an excellent try, though. VillaGrove did end up recovering that onside kick. Unfortunately, it was ruled that one of the VillaGrove guys touched it before it reached the 50. And Cerro Gordo comes out in the eye with Blixendorfer. And a handoff to Steve Isbell, going out to the far side of the field. And
Keep doing that.
he's run out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd and 5.
I think if you're an official and VillaGrove's down by 12, I don't know why you make that call right there. Not really quite sure on that.
I think they probably missed the holding call on the far side, but the game is well in hand. All they have to do is run out the clock here. And Cerro Gordo again in the eye. They hand off to the big guy, and he was looking downfield, didn't see the little guy coming in there, and he took him down.
Looks like Zach Broker just got a hand on his shoulder and successfully brought the 225 big running back down. It's a pretty interesting play.
Right there.
And the clock continues to run here. It will go under a minute with this next snap, or before this next snap. As it dwindles down here, it's 1st and 10. I would think you'd just take a knee here and end the ball game. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. And he takes a knee. And I believe he'll have to do that one more time. And VillaGrove, again, a lackluster start in the first half, and I think that's what really killed them, was the first half. If they would have gotten, a few points in the first half, maybe a little bit better play, they would definitely be in this ball game, if not ahead. And Cerro Gordo surviving the second half, we'll say. They took control of the first half, and they survived the second half against a very good comeback by VillaGrove. What do you think, Mark? Turned out to be a pretty good game. It looked like it might be a blowout, but what do you take from it?
The second half, VillaGrove outscored the Broncos 24-15. So, you think they get a good start out there. They're winning this game, but I think there's a lot of things that the teams can take away. Max Daly gained some confidence. John Henderson can maybe increase his rushing ability, maybe work on his chemistry with his receivers. And the running backs for Cerro Gordo did good as usual today. I think defense for both teams could improve with 60 total points scored today.
And we get some fireworks here for Cerro Gordo's win. And a very good ball game, very good ball game. Two tough teams, two teams at the top of the conference. And Cerro Gordo just pulling away, scraping this win out. Again, the final score here in Bement on homecoming is 24 for VillaGrove, 36 for Cerro Gordo. Thank you again for watching DouglasCountyDigest.com.